revival, restoration, a reestablishment, a renewal, and finally, a rebirth. Appropriate words that signify the resurrection of a temple with Southern Methodists. In one view, the wisdom of doing. In another, an overarching power and fury. What's left? 3 words. Smile, sparkle, shine. And welcome everyone to Dallas, where Saturdays on the Hilltop are popping again. The gravity, the importance, the significance of this game, folks, it harkens back to the golden age of Mustang football. It's the biggest game here in decades at SMU. And as we look at the standings, Dusty Dvorak, what jumps off the page at you?
Well, you've got 2 undefeated conference teams in each division. UCF's won the conference 2 straight years, and they already got a loss. What an unbelievable setup for the American Conference down the stretch as they all try to vie for that conference championship.
Temple won the last meeting between these 2 teams several years ago. These teams have a lot more in common than you think. Olivia Decker has a PhD, a program history degree, and she's here to explain it.
That's right, Mark and Dusty. Let me take y'all to class now. The year is 1989. Blue is for SMU, red is for Temple. Over here, the vertical axis is number of wins. So, SMU, fresh off the death penalty. Temple is reeling after losing head coach Bruce Arians. Yeah, that's the same Bruce Arians you're thinking of. Over the next 10 years or so, both schools struggling, Temple without a winning season. But the golden era was soon upon them. Al Golden leading the Temple Owls. You can see they even have a 9-win season in 2009. And then, meanwhile, in Dallas, June Jones gets things rolling for the Mustangs. They got 2 8-win seasons in that span. Fast forward a little bit, Matt Rule gets things rolling at Temple. They get a nice surge there, and that brings us to today. Temple's 5-1 and has beaten 2 ranked teams for the first time ever. SMU is ranked for the first time in 3 decades. So, guys, there will be a test at halftime. What do you think of our little trajectory?
Hey, Olivia Decker putting the power in PowerPoint presentation right there with great perspective on the matchup between these 2 teams today.
Had the pointer, had everything. Felt like I was back in college, even snuck into y'all there here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Well done, Olivia.
Well, a couple of interesting and intriguing coaches on the sidelines. Sonny Dykes in his 2nd full season went 5-7 last year here at SMU after taking the previous season off as an offensive analyst for TCU. Meanwhile, Rod Carey in his first season as Temple's head coach, former head coach at Northern Illinois, where he had a great run between 2012 and 2018. Keep an eye on C.J. Sanders, a dangerous kick returner for SMU. He has a touchdown on a kickoff return already this year of 98 yards. They're going to bring it out. And it'll be first down from right there at the 23-yard line. Mark Jones chopping it up with Dusty Dvorak. We heard from Olivia just a few moments ago. They're off SMU to their best start since 1982. Temple has already defeated 2 ranked opponents, trying to make it 3. What hinges on this game?
We got a great matchup here. I mean, the conference standings, if we looked at, this is a huge game for that, but also for the January 6 bowls. Remember, group of 5, top-ranked team gets in that, so this is huge as far as that goes.
SMU has one of the top offenses in the country. Temple with the defense.
Good on good. Number 2 offense in the American against the number 2 defense in the American. They're Temple tough, they're physical, and the offense of SMU, led by that guy, Shane Buechele. They've been outstanding here under the guidance of Rhett Lashley. As I mentioned, Buechele, the transfer from Texas, he's been efficient, and he's run this offense at an extremely high level.
Didn't get on campus here until May. On his first pass, he completes it out of the backfield. That's James Prochet, a.k.a. Channel 3, and we have a flag thrown on the first play of the ball game. A little overzealous defense by the Owls on that catch by James Prochet. We'll be saying his name a lot.
Personal foul, defense for a late hit out of bounds. That penalty been forced from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
It's going to be on the safety, Aaron Monroe. Just not smart. Prochet well out of bounds. The safety comes in and delivers a shot. Just not smart way to get this game going. I know there's a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. Everyone understands how big of a game and opportunity this is. The safety, Monroe's got to keep those emotions in check.
First down and 10 from near midfield at the 42-yard line. Buechele hands it off, and a great tackle on the play by Sam Franklin on Xavier Jones.
We talked to coaches and players yesterday, and they marveled at Shane Buechele's leadership. They talked about how he's such a positive guy, always dapping his players up here in pregame, giving love to each and every player to let them know that he's there and he cares.
Art Lashley, the offensive coordinator, says that the team has taken on Buechele's personality. Linwood Crump making the tackle on that 7-yard gain. Catch made by Galliard. It'll be 3rd down and 4. A lot of players for SMU coming home via the transfer portal. That pass complete. Buechele, one of those transfers, out to the 45-yard line to Reggie Robertson. Robertson was injured a couple of weeks ago in that game against TCU, but making that catch.
Timing throw, just a quick slant. Ball comes out fast, and Shane Buechele on time and on target to convert the 3rd down.
Impressive opening drive so far. 1st down and 10. A handoff again to Freeman, brought down immediately by Arbadamian.
Now this Temple front 7, they are loaded. We're going to talk about these linebackers, 3, 4, 5. We'll tell you about the single digits and what that means. But they're a veteran group. They are physical. They play together. And, man, one of the better tackling linebacking cores I've watched on tape this season.
Bedimungu, who made that last tackle, one of those single-digit guys that you referred to. A trips left formation. That was Archibald that made that last play. That one batted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10.
Efine Maijay. You see him in the middle work a little game. Working around trying to get to the football, but it's Quincy Roche, the defensive end. Pass rush can't get there. Ball's coming out quick. Roche gets his hands up, gets a nice pass breakup.
3rd and 10, the 11th play of the SMU drive. They're opening one of the ball game. Got 4 wideouts for Buechele. Taking a shot deep, got a man! Touchdown! Robinson got in behind Crump. As they pony up on the opening drive.
And a dime delivered by Shane Buechele. 3rd and 10, no problem. Just a go route. Robertson wins off the line of scrimmage, beats the coverage of Crump. And Shane Buechele with an absolute perfect throw down the sidelines. Cap off an outstanding drive to get this game underway.
The extra point not a given is good. Robertson with his 4th touchdown catch of the season. Dusty will break it down on the other side, but an impressive opening drive by Buechele. Robertson was gone. 11 plays, 77 yards, 3:39 on the clock. A very impressive opening drive for SMU, who had last week off. And, of course, always the dilemma of whether you want to keep playing when you're hot or take a little bit of rest. Coach Dyke telling us earlier that he felt that the rest was very much needed and gave him a chance to concentrate on some fundamentals. On the return, Temple out to the 33-yard line. Nice return that time by Williams.
And we've talked about Shane Buechele's leadership. Watch this after the touchdown catch. Daps up everybody coming off the side. I mean, this guy, he goes to his players. He wants to enjoy the moments with them. Exactly what these players and coaches described to us yesterday in meetings.
Freddie Johnson in the ball game in at tailback on 1st and 10. Russo with a little play fake. Wide open and dropped at the 45-yard line by Isaiah Wright. Wow, he leads the team in touchdown catches too, and nobody was close.
And Isaiah Wright is an outstanding playmaker when the ball's in his hands. The problem is, has a good route there, double move, slant and go, and he just drops it. takes his eyes off the football before he possesses it. Man, that's a play that Isaiah Wright has to make. He's probably going for 6 if he catches the football.
Russo hands it off to Ray Davis, a very talented true freshman. Davis leads all true freshmen in rush yardage this year in the entire FBS. Russo taking a shot and knocked out at the last moment by Brandon Stevens. Isaiah Wright couldn't squeeze it, and Russo went to him twice on that opening drive, and he couldn't hang on to 2 passes. This one was a good defensive play, though.
Yeah, it was. Listen, Stevens comes in late, gets the hand over the top, but you got to have strong hands and hold on to that. I give credit to Stevens for being able to get the arm in there, get the pass breakup, but man, Isaiah Wright with 2 golden opportunities right there on this opening drive for Temple, and he doesn't take advantage.
4th and 7. They were on the field for just 34 seconds, the offense was. Adam Berry into punt, averaging about 35 per on the season. Crochet watches it bounce harmlessly out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Shane Buechele. Beautiful day on the Hilltop here at SMU. Back after this. Story behind all those names, folks. The original school colors of SMU, Harvard and Crimson and Yale Blue. Wanted to associate SMU with the high standards of Ivy League schools. Now there are several streets in University Park and adjacent Highland Park named after prominent schools: Harvard, Cornell, Stanford, Princeton, Dartmouth, Oklahoma.
Beautiful campus here, Mark.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful campus. We got a little taste of Dallas yesterday. We'll give you guys some look at that later on the show.
Yeah, we got around town and had some fun. Jones on the carry. He picks up a couple of yards, and you walk around town, and we came into contact with a bunch of people in our travel log, Dusty, and really a lot of excitement about SMU football.
No
People
question.
at the hotel talking about the game, coming from all the way across the country to watch here this afternoon. 2nd and 8 for Buechele. On the post, got a man. Robertson caught. 1st down.
Well, the first drive, it was Robertson beating up on Crunk. This time it's the better corner, Harrison Hand. The Baylor transfer. Boot rolled to the right. Deep post down the field, and Shane Buechele has been perfect so far today. And that speed of Reggie Robertson, it is lethal.
Laid it right in there, Buechele did. This is Jones again. Robertson, the fastest receiver in that group, too, Dusty.
Absolutely. Harrison Hand's a good player. Had a heck of a game last week. Just a deep post, outruns him. Ball is on point, nice hands, and finishes through the ground contact and makes the catch.
Buechele keeps it, and he's going to block down at the 5-yard line by Tyler. Yeah, football means so much, Dusty. You grew up in, what, 30 minutes north of here?
30 minutes from here, yep.
And you know how much football means in this area. Friday night lights.
And you, like Sonny Dykes said, you walk out from those Friday night lights, your mom's there, your dad's there, your brothers, your uncles, and you come back here and they can experience those same things they did in high school at SMU.
Buechele in the end zone. Incomplete, batted away nicely. That was Hand. Knocked it away from James Prochet.
Oh, Prochet almost pulled a Prochet. They don't call it an OBJ around here. They call it a Prochet with the one-handed grab. Some of the best hands you'll see anywhere in college football. Prolific wide receiver here at SMU. He's going to be atop all the records once he leaves here. Had an unbelievable one-handed grab against Tulsa for a touchdown. Just missed that there in the end zone. Place
kicking has been an issue so far this year. They've missed 7 extra points, but that chip shot field goal, no problem for Kevin Robledo. Knocks that one through from 22 yards out. Well, Dusty just said it's not an OBJ around here, it's a Prochet, but on that one, no way. They still lead 10-0 when we come back.
The Mustangs up 10-0 early on Temple. Well, quarterback Anthony Rousseau wants another crack at it after just one drive. Guys, I was watching him warm up, and I couldn't believe how big he was. I was even talking to his head coach, Rod Carey. I said, do you think he kind of looks like a Ben Roethlisberger? And he says, yeah, a young Ben Roethlisberger, that's fair. But he said what he likes most about him, he's Philly tough, a local kid. Couldn't be a better guy to lead our team.
Yeah, 6'4", 235, Olivia. Tough to bring down a guy that big. First down and 10 for Rousseau at quarterback. They went 3 and out on their previous first series of the ball game. This time it's a catch and run by Brandon Mack, former high school quarterback. He's one of their leading receivers. That's his 36th catch of the season right there.
It looked like he wanted to throw the football, but watch Brandon Mack to go up and catch this football. I mean, he's 6'5", 220, and he has to high point, has to go up. That ball was overthrown. He saw that there was good coverage down the field, so he just tucks the football and gets what he can get. Smart, athletic play by the 6'5" wide receiver, Brandon Mack. Had an outstanding season so far, Jonesy.
They run it to the wide side of the field. That's Isaiah Wright. He scored on a touchdown last week in that big win against Memphis. Picks up 6 yards on that play.
And what I love is his versatility and the way Coach Urimovich gets him involved in different ways. You'll see him in the outside receiver as a slot receiver right there. He motioned back. It was a running back, true playmaker when he gets the football in his hands. Trying to shake off those 2 early drops on that opening possession.
Little trips left formation here by the Owls. Martin Robinson in motion and sets. Rousseau hands it off. Nowhere to go on that play for Ray Davis, the true freshman out of San Francisco, brought down by Cromartie on the play. There's a look at Davis. For a guy who is just a true freshman, they like his talent, Dusty, especially his ability to pass protect, too.
He's been fantastic. Very compact. He's only 5'9", 210. He's got great vision and burst through the hole and leads all the FBS for true freshmen in rushing yards, just under 100 yards a game. Been a huge bright spot for this rushing attack for Temple.
Bay Area guy all the way to Philly. And he's going to be stopped up near the line of scrimmage, then bounces outside. Might have picked up a yard on the play. McBride making the tackle on the play. There's a look at the essentials on Ray Davis.
Tell you what, SMU up front has done an excellent job winning the line of scrimmage against an experienced, physical, veteran offensive line for Temple, led by Matt Hennessy. They're winning at the point of attack here so far. Temple unable to get this rushing attack going.
Russo dumps it off to his tailback. Nowhere to go for Davis. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 yards. Hayes on the tackle. This Mustang defense intransigent here early in the first quarter.
Kevin Kane's got these guys ready to play on the defensive side. They're an attacking, aggressive style of defense, and it's been all that so far. Winning the line of scrimmage, and there, it's the cornerback Robert Hayes coming up and tackling the swing pass for a negative play. Outstanding job here early on both sides of the ball from SMU. You can tell they look fresh, they look well rested, and clearly when Sonny Dykes told us they want to focus on the little things, the fundamentals, they've checked those boxes here early.
Especially in the special teams area, as we get a look at their special teams here. Prochet back at the 25-yard line has a chance. And Channel 3 brought down at the 25-yard line after the 40-yard punt. This Mustang defense doing it the fundamental way. Head up, wrap up, good night. Banging the drum when we come back to Dallas.
You know, this SMU team, yeah, we did some eating, some shopping. This SMU team really trying to embrace the city of Dallas, brand themselves as Dallas's team. And I got to tell you, a little unimpressed with the turnout here today with this undefeated team. The city's got to help them out here and show up.
They're still figuring it out, but this team is solid. One of a few undefeated teams in the country. Wisconsin losing today, so we have one less as we go down to Olivia.
Sonny Dykes is trying so hard to be embraced by the city. Every Friday night before a home game, the team does a community service event. They host free youth football camps around town. And then the billboards, you see him everywhere, born and raised. A campaign of local guys who play for the Mustangs. He's trying.
They're making a big push for it to happen, and nothing speaks better than winning football games. Galliard making the reception. his 15th of the season, first of the ball game. And boy, when you look at all the great high school football programs in the area, this could be a very good positioning for SMU. 3rd down and 3. Buechele out of the shotgun, got rid of it quickly, complete to the 41-yard line. Robertson, who has been busy, one of his favorite targets, working against Braswell for the catch.
Second time on 3rd and medium, they go with that quick slant. And Reggie Robertson, he's just finding a way to get open. That ball comes out so quick from Shane Buechele.
They run it between the tackles this time. That was McDaniel.
They like T.J. McDaniel, true freshman out of South Lake Carroll. Say he's probably the best natural runner of any of the running backs.
Buechele wide open at the 40. Another catch, that one by Prochet. His first reception of the ball game, one of the leading receivers in college football, working against Braswell.
That's a big-time throw all the way across the football field, and an excellent route run by James Prochet to get off of coverage.
Buechele keeps it and is brought down at the 26 by Sean Bradley.
Shane Buechele, you know, I don't know, lost a little confidence at Texas, wasn't having as much fun, but he just seems rejuvenated here at SMU, back closer to home and playing at an extremely high level this season.
He started all 12 games as a freshman and got hurt the following year. Got rid of it wide open over the middle. Down to the 7-yard line. Becker with the catch. 1st and goal, SMU.
Well, he just channeled some of his father, former Texas Ranger Steve Buechele, as he evades the rush, moves to his right, drops 3/4. Man, I love that throw from.
Hands it off to Jones, and Jones just short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
Franklin had a great rush off the side. Buechele feels it, moves to his right. Look at that.
Dropped down a little bit.
Father, the old great Texas Ranger baseball player. We were talking with Rhett Lashley, and he says you can tell his dad played in the major leagues, and he played a little baseball himself. Drops 3/4 quite often.
And Buechele is lining up as a receiver. Jones was ready to take the direct snap out of the Wildcat, but folks, exhale. Take a breath. Sonny Dykes' team leading 10-0, 6-0 on the season, and serving notice that maybe they're not just a group of 5 team. They might be bigger than that. And they're making waves here in Dallas, trying to become Dallas's team. Back after this, as you take a look at that portrait on your screen. Any good herder will tell you sometimes you got to herd the cattle in the right direction. Buechele doing just that on this drive, and wisely throws it away. Nobody open. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Smart play by Shane Buechele. His tight end, Ryan Becker, was covered. I think his primary receiver, 11, the true freshman, Rashee Rice, was covered as well. Nothing there. Live to fight another day. Smart play.
See if they can finish off this drive here, partner. Jones got in. Touchdown. Ran through the arms of Bradley. Xavier Jones with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, 35th of his career.
Take a look here, the right side of the offensive line getting good push. True freshman defensive tackles in there playing. Running back 93, Elijah Chapman.
See if his knee was down before the ball hit the plane of the end zone.
Tough to see from that angle, man.
Yeah, that was inconclusive.
Bradley actually hit him at about the 3-yard line.
This should be a better vantage point.
Yeah, the elbows down, ball isn't across. Yeah, I think that's going to come back. I don't think that's a touchdown. I think they're going to overturn this.
Kicking field goals this year, they've missed 7 extra points.
After further review, the runner's left elbow was on the ground with the ball short of the end zone. Therefore, it'll be 4th and goal at the 1/2-yard line.
Elbow down here, ball is here. It's a good call by the official.
So it's 4th and goal. The offense comes back onto the field, Dusty.
And this was a huge point for SMU against Tulsa. Down 21, first play of the 4th quarter. It was 4th and goal from the 1. They get a touchdown, ran a little flip to Xavier Jones, Let's see if they go back to Jones to try to find pay dirt.
He's in the backfield. Temple stones him at the 3-yard line. Isaiah Graham Mobley got there first. And the Owls stay alive, stunning that drive.
Well, they stood tough. Temple tough. They needed that. That was the 15th play of the drive. Both their backs and didn't allow SMU in the end zone. Number 8 sneaks in there. The linebacker, one of the single digits, Isaiah Graham Mobley.
And then Tyler came in, Dusty, to finish it off right there.
That's big time defensive stand by the Temple defense, and that's what this football team needs. On the road, slow start. That can wake up this football team. Let's see how the offense, who's been a little bit sluggish here early, if they can respond.
New quarterback in for Temple, Todd Centeo.
Quarterback run game.
Got in last week, gonna pass it here on the quick hitter, complete to number 1, Brandon Mack. And a first down of 13-yard gain.
Guys, the quarterback change decision was made pretty quickly after the last drive, and the two quarterbacks were discussing it the whole time, with Centeo eager to get in, Russo talking him through what was going to happen. They feel really comfortable with Todd Centeo. He knows the whole offense. They said they're fine with him on the field.
Well, this is normal for them. Last 2 games, he's played at least 2 series in each game. He's a change of pace quarterback, a lot of quarterback run game, and he can throw it as well.
Gets it up to Yeboah. And Yeboah picks up about 3 on the play. Centeo last week against Memphis went 3 for 3 when he threw the ball. So, as Olivia alluded to, he's very comfortable and knowledgeable about this Owls offense.
Also had a career-high 44 rushing yards a week ago against Memphis. I think it just adds a different dimension, and they were looking for a spark, something to get them going offensively. Not a surprise at all that we see Centeo enter the game.
Second down and 6. Centeo back to pass. Eludes the rush and gets down safely at the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 to go. Niels was there. I like that play, Claude. You got Will Smith and Andre the Giant, which is my favorite.
What about Jim Carrey up top?
I'm going with the Andre the Giant play.
Come on, Ace Ventura?
On 3rd and 6, I'm going with Andre the Giant. Centeo overshoots. You needed to be a giant to catch that. Incomplete, intended for Jaden Blue. And it's 4th down for Temple.
That's not his strong suit. Again, I understand he's capable of throwing the football, but he's a much more effective runner. So it looked as if early on he was able to hit that first pass to Brandon Mack, but then unable to get much more going offensively. Temple unable to cash in after a huge stop by their defense on the goal line. Gave him a little bit of breathing room to get this punt off, though. And this is a ball control, want to run the football, eat up the clock type of offense, and it's been anything but that so far today.
Perry with that end-over-end punt will take a very good roll. All the way inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 47-yard punt. Buechele on the post, wide open. Oh, this is room service. Robertson again. Touchdown.
Reggie Robertson has got some serious speed. He has been effective all day. Just a simple post route, and he left the defensive back sitting in his tracks. I mean, just completely rolled past him. No Temple defender anywhere in sight. That's too easy.
A career-long 75-yarder. Dusty, he just ran by the defender.
That's all he did, man. It's a simple post route. He puts his left foot in the ground and heads to the post. And the cornerback, I don't know what he's doing. Just take a look here. He's going to go here, and he's going to take it right up. And it looks like that's... I mean, he just had no chance. Johnson had no chance. And a back pedal, unable to run with the wide receiver. That's just too easy for Shane Buechele, who's continued to have that deep ball on point here today.
defeated Maryland earlier this season when Maryland was number 21 and Memphis a week ago. In a game that they never really trailed. Isaiah Wright hung on to it and out to the 37. They got something called club takeaway here at SMU. And that defense may not have opened up club takeaway so far as Davis runs it, but they've held Temple to 0 points.
Done an outstanding job here so far, and really it's been balling up that rushing attack. Now, Temple wide receivers have done their quarterback, Anthony Russo, no favors with costly drops here in this opening half, but I know it's a 17-point game, but Temple's going to have to establish a rushing game, I think, in order to get something going offensively.
Russo to Davis. Juggled it 3 times before finally making the catch, pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A rare clean catch has been a rare sight for Temple today. Even a routine play is a little bit too exciting.
But he concentrated on the football. Nice job by him. He had nothing but green grass out in front, collected himself, concentrated, and got a key first down for Temple.
Davis gets the carry this time and brought down after a loss of about 1 on the play. Russo down the middle of the field and complete at the 17-yard line to Jaden Blue. That time he hung on to it, and now they're saying incomplete.
But look good from here. Let's take another look at it. That was an excellent throw by Anthony Russo. Threaded it in there. Laser to the leading receiver, Jaden Blue. Over the second level, inside the back defender.
This should be a better view of it.
That's an outstanding throw.
He caught that ball. He caught.
I mean, that's really close. Surprised they're not going to take another look at that.
That looked like a catch.
Definitely close enough to look at a second time, I think.
Russo right back to the air. This one definitely caught at the 20-yard line. This time back to Brandon Mack. Got him behind Guy Robinson. And a 27-yard gain. No disputing that. And Temple going a little bit quick here. How big is a score for them at the end before the end of the half here, Dusty?
Well, it's huge. I mean, any points right now. Anthony Russo's thrown the football well down the field. Finally, his receiver pays off. A nice pass.
Given time. Over the middle. Caught at the 1-yard line. Yeboah. First and goal.
Getting on it quick here. Nice job, middle of the field. They thought the safeties would be over-aggressive coming down. Middle of the field was open.
Russo hands it off. And touchdown. That's a passing grade by Ray Davis, who pounds it into the end zone.
Big-time drive right there by Temple. They had to have that drive. Had nothing going all day long. Anthony Russo finally hit some shots down the field. And Ray Davis caps it off, bowling into the end zone.
That's as good as Rod Carey's offense has looked all afternoon. That's the 5th rushing touchdown of the season for Davis. 5:14 to go. It's 17-7.
And finally able to throw something together, get points on the board.
It helps when your receivers hang on to the football.
No question. Anthony Russo, he's throwing some good passes today. He's not been helped out very much.
Guy that's been finding his leadership voice on the sidelines and in the huddle with his teammates. Russo doing a nice job on that last drive. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Mustangs.
Check. Hey, by the way, somebody needs to identify Reggie Robertson, keep a safety over the top, help these corners out, because Reggie Robertson so far 5 catches, 178 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
They haven't been able to cover him.
No, they have not.
5 minutes to go here in the first half.
His speed has been on display the entire first half for this SMU offense.
Buechele completes it to Brochet. One of his few catches this afternoon working against Monroe.
Strong hands. Monroe tries to get that ball out. but Prochet able to bring that ball in, secure it, and complete the catch. Nice job.
Buechele hands it off between the tackles. McDaniel is tailback. You know, it was a big decision for James Prochet to decide to come back to school this year and forego the NFL draft. Coming into his senior year, one of the top receivers in the country on the Biletnikoff list.
Brett Lashley, former offensive coordinator at Auburn, said it's the best hands he's ever seen.
What about that?
It's an impressive statement.
Yeah, he's seen some guys. Out of the shotgun, the Wildcat. It's Freeman, just the way that Coach Dykes drew it up. And Coach Lashley, the old juggle it, then run for 6 yards play. 2nd and 4. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Buechele now hands it off. Freeman takes it up near the first down. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Freeman, the bigger back, 5'11", 220, as he's going to check out of the game. Xavier Jones, oh, he's not quite as big, his patience and vision. He's really done a nice job on short yardage situations for SMU here this season.
On 3rd and 1, Jones will pick up the first down. It was interesting to hear the story of quarterback Shane Buechele, how while he was still at Texas, there he is, he came down to Dallas and would watch his teammates work out during the spring and hang out with them when drills were over. And he built up a lot of chemistry in the process. Chemistry that pays off like that. Granson, his tight end, making the catch for a first down at the 32. This is a quarterback on the same page with his receivers, Dusty.
Some toughness. Watch him stay in here. So wait just long enough for the pass to open up. Knows he's going to get hit. Bradley delivers a big shot, but Buechele delivers a nice throw.
Going for channel 3, dialing it up, and incomplete. Knocked away by Braswell.
That's a great play by Braswell. I mean, Prochet climbed the ladder, high points the football. Braswell gets the hand in there, knocks it out at the last moment. Excellent job by the cornerback, Christian Braswell. High points the football, he's going to hold on to it, and Braswell gets the left hand on the ball. That's good on good right there. Nice job by the wide receiver adjusting to the football, going up and getting it, but the cornerback making a play.
2nd down and 10. The place kicking has been an issue this year, so I'm sure that they're thinking 6 more than 3 right now. Buechele gets rid of it quickly, complete out of the 27-yard line. Good catch by Galliard. And now they're saying that it was stripped.
Wasn't a whistle.
I didn't hear a whistle. It's coming back the other way. Braswell into the end zone. Touchdown, Temple. Sam Franklin made the wrap-up and hit, and that's going to be a Temple score.
Well, let's take a look at it and see what it was. I couldn't tell from this vantage point. It's on the far side of the field. It was a good wrap-up by Sam Franklin as he's going to sling him down. No, he's down. He's down. That's going to come back. There's no question. Absolutely. Okay, that's going to come back.
After further review, the runner's left elbow and forearm was on the ground before the ball became loose. Therefore, the SMU's ball, 3rd down at the 28-yard line, be 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 for SMU. Buechele on the out pattern, a bounce pass incomplete to Prochet. And 4th and 6 coming up.
Dana Levine really done a nice job with pressure all day. He was barreling down off the right side of the offensive line. Buechele had to step up into that throw, and he throws into the dirt. I'm guessing they're going for it here. This is a go zone. Look, again, they got kicking issues.
That's a big statement on your kicking game right there. That's an indictment, right?
Well, I mean, that's a 45-yarder. If you don't have a kicker that can make extra points, I wouldn't trust to make it from 45. James Prochet right here. See if they can find a way to get him open.
Buechele looks his way. That's the guy. 1st down at the 9-yard line.
Security blanket, middle of the field, timing route. Prochet knows exactly where to work to get open.
Buechele into the end zone, touchdown! Channel 3 in full effect.
That's just a great route. Corner route. Ball is on time and on target. Coverage way too soft, sitting back. Way too much room for Prochet to work. Such a good route runner. And a laser delivered from Shane Buechele.
Extra point good, 24-7. Huge numbers. 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Coach Dykes loving everything. Buechele 19 of 31 in the first half. I said earlier, when you give out a lot of DAP, those good vibrations just seem to come back to you. And it's working for number 7. You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. Temple down 24-7. You see by the growth there, the resurrection, the rebirth continues here in Dallas on campus at SMU. A very impressive first half by head coach Sonny Dykes' team, especially their starting quarterback, the transfer, Shane Buechele. Put up exorbitant numbers in the first 2 quarters of play. They come in 6-0. Best start since 1982. The squib kick comes down to the 42-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Temple from there. Mark Thones chopping it up along with Dusty Dvorak, Olivia Decker down in the field. And boy, you can't say that Buechele did much, if anything, wrong in that first half.
He had an unbelievable first half. Those for over 300 yards. He was on time, on target. Just really exemplified everything you want out of your leader, out of your quarterback. Deep shots down the field to Robertson all day long. Intermediate throws, extending drives on 3rd down, on 4th down. Even saw him drop down from 3/4 and make a Patrick Mahomes type throw. He was fantastic. Career high for a half. 330 yards and 3 touchdowns for Shane Buechele against what's typically a stingy Temple Owls defense.
Yeah, this was set up as one of the top offenses in the country against one of the best defenses in the AAC and in FBS as well. So far, edge SMU. 2nd down coming up.
It's been SMU's defense in that first half, shutting down the run.
Russo loses the ball, got it back, throws it away. It's loose. Fumble. I'm not sure if they're going to call that a forward pass or not. That was a raggedy-looking play by Temple, and it's.
I think it's going to be incomplete.
It's going to be incomplete pass.
It was receivers dropping the ball to start the game, and it's Russo dropping the ball there to start the second.
Down the middle, and a nice catch at the 35-yard line by Barbone. Jose Barbone makes the catch. Let's go down to Olivia.
Well, Rod Carey was fired up when I talked to him. He said their first half was their worst half all season. And guys, the first thing he addressed in the locker room, the drop catches. He said that's unacceptable, but especially his defense, struggling to keep up with SMU's tempo. He said the 61 plays in the first half were just too much for him.
Maybe we'll see what impact it has on the defense in the second half. That's the freshman Davis trying to get to the edge in a good sprint.
That was a huge 3rd down and long conversion, and it was a big-time blitz pickup by number 20, Raymond Davis. Take a look at the running back who's going to come over. You have pressure coming here from McBride, and the true freshman, excellent job picking up the blitz, gives Russo time. An outstanding catch down the field. A much-needed 1st down to start this second half.
And Davis with another run there. Yeah, they talked about how impressive he's been in pass protection, and often you see where freshmen aren't adept at pass protection early in their careers.
Full trust with the young running back.
3rd and 2 for the Owls. Davis on the run, the pile moving, and it surges ahead for the 1st down. So the Owls convert again on 3rd down using the freshman's legs. Came into the game rushing for almost 600 yards on the season. 4 touchdowns as well.
Got to establish a line of scrimmage and get this rushing attack going in the second half, something they did not do in the first half of this game.
Russo And the Owls strike quickly here in the third quarter. You can talk it and walk it all you want, as Temple gives it to SMU on this opening drive of the second half.
As good a throw as Anthony Russo could have made. Just a fade to Brandon Mack working down the sideline. Tight coverage by Brandon Stevens. Watch this football. The placement couldn't be any better. Outstanding dime. And the full extension by Brandon Mack puts Temple on the board early, showing some Temple toughness out of halftime.
I tell you, that wasn't an easy catch either, Dusty.
Boy, the first half, his wide receivers, they couldn't catch a cold. Second half, wow, what a big-time throw and an even better catch. Temple on the board. Does it continue? Let's see.
SMU.
Mark, for years, the official slogan for the city of Dallas was, live large, think big. Now, what do you think it is?
Live large, live extra large.
Dallas, big things happen here. Big things happening in this game. And to start the second half for the Temple Owls.
Love it, love it. Sanders on the kickoff return. Has one for a touchdown already this year of 98 yards. This time brought down, loses his hat at the 19-yard line too. Up the highway, Buechele delivers a fastball complete. A gain of about 6 yards to James Prochet. Tyler making the tackle on the play.
These timing routes that they have built into this offense, I love it from Rhett Lashley. Gets Buechele into a rhythm. Quick, release, balls out fast, easy pitch and catch.
Hands it off to Jones, and Jones picks up the first down just across the 30-yard line. Xavier Jones looking to atone for a subpar season in his own thoughts last year. Rhett Lashley, the offensive coordinator, dialing him up. Boy, nice catch and sprint by Tyler Page, and Sean Bradley just barely tripped him up enough. But a 16-yard gain for the first down.
Good thing he grabbed that shoestring, or Page would have been off to the races in the middle of the field.
Handoff is to Jones. And Jones out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. They move the chains again. SMU in rhythm here offensively on their first drive of the third quarter.
I love the patience and then the vision. Nothing there inside. He sees at the outside he's got room to run. Quality run there by Xavier Jones.
12-yard gain. Oh, and he overthrew Jones by a ton. But he had a defender in his face, Sam Franklin. One of those voices of that Temple defense. Like to call themselves the Wild Boys. Can I just say those fall off the bone ribs were unbelievable.
I believe they say off the chain.
Oh, fell right down the chute.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no. There's the killer butter cake, y'all.
My happy plate right there.
Yeah. Dusty was the first across the finish line, which was very predictable. That pass complete to Galliard. But I'm telling you, that food, they were great. We walked away ready for an afternoon nap. I mean, that's what the plate looked like. That's a happy plate, Dusty, you made.
Smokey John's does it right. We appreciate their hospitality. It was awesome, man. Got some quality Texas barbecue.
And when you're in Dallas, you got to hit a couple of different activities besides just the food. I mean, so many culinary delights.
Yeah, we knew we were eating good when we came down here, you guys. That was good.
Too good.
Freeman across the first down marker inside the 20, and boy, the Mustangs continue to move the ball down the field. Great choice of plays through the air and on the ground.
It's a good mix. Balance on the offense from coordinator Rhett Lashley.
First and goal as a result. Blitz coming. Buechele picked it up. Incomplete at the 7-yard line. Intended number 22, Myron Galliard. 14 catches coming to the game today. It'll be second down and goal.
I think Buechele's hand might have gotten hit as he threw that football. Ball came out wobbly, like off the edge.
Quincy Roche might have gotten a piece of that, Dusty. Second and goal. Buechele buys some time. Touchdown! Granson. And the Mustangs answer Temple's touchdown with a scoring drive of their own. An impressive one.
Just a great job of Shane Buechele, buying himself time, having patience. Two Temple defenders collide, run into each other. Colin Granson comes wide open, and Buechele finds his target once again for his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon.
Extra point good by Robledo. Buechele with another touchdown toss. When we come back on the other side, Dusty will break it down for you. Key part of yet another touchdown score by Buechele. Well, back here in Dallas, Texas, SMU answering that Temple touchdown open the 3rd quarter with a touchdown of their own. SMU well on their way to their 44-point per game average. Granson with a touchdown catch a moment ago. And Coach Dykes told us yesterday in our meetings with him, he said, the more you win, the bigger the games get. And he feels we're good enough to win every game we play the rest of the way as well. In what has proven to be a very special, unique season for the Mustangs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Temple. It's out. Russo back to pass. Completes it to the 24-yard line. All right, Kevin, they run it into the boundary. This is the freshman, Davis. Tackled on the play by Denbo. Let's go back to the place kicking and a flag down. Somebody lost their hat at the 40-yard line.
Pushing contest.
After the play, personal foul, face mask on the defense. That penalty reinforced at the end of the run, 15 yards. Number 84 may remain in the game. His helmet came off as a result of the foul.
Oh, so he gets to stay in, Yeboah does.
Well, it's Delano Robinson, right. And, you know, Yeboah was just blocking him. They were kind of pushing and shoving, and then Robinson got his hand up in the face mask and yanked off Yeboah's helmet. So I think that's exactly the right call by the officials.
Out to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Temple looking for their 3rd win against a ranked opponent this year. Davis, great vision and quick feet out to the 48-yard line. Denbo with the tackle. And that's going to be the end of the first 45 minutes. 15 to go for the Mustangs, trying to go 7-0. The best start since 1982. Do you remember? Eric Dickerson, Craig James, Pony Express, touchdowns for everybody. A history lesson when we come back. Rich history here at SMU, part of the football program. Doak Walker winning the Heisman Trophy back in the day. Eric Dickerson, Craig James, the Pony Express. A lot of victories, a lot of wins back then. And they are trying to turn the clock back. This success is awakening some of those echoes and the names of the past, Dusty.
Yeah, it really is. And it's been unbelievable to watch what Sonny Dykes has done here in such a short amount of time. And we had a chance to talk with some players yesterday, and they understand the magnitude of restoring the legacies and the great football tradition here at SMU. Talking with the offensive lineman, Hayden Howerton. They know it's been a long time since they've won a conference championship, and they're excited about this opportunity.
Temple going to run it on 3rd and 4, and a great tackle is going to leave Gardner a little bit short. Denbo came up to make the hit, and Coach Dykes said that the amount of transfers they've been able to attract is actually speeding up the process of getting back to the days of the Pony Express and all those wins and their success. Temple going for it on 4th down, and looks like Gardner's going to get enough for the 1st down.
Jagger Gardner, that bigger running back, he's 6'2", 220. Bring him in a lot of short yardage situations, lowers the shoulder and barrels just enough. A much needed 1st down.
Temple going quick. Russo pulls it out on the play fake. Now going to run and brought down at the 47-yard line.
The big thing with getting transfers here is it's filling in these big holes they had on their depth chart, on their roster. For example, next year, they were going to have 12 seniors. Now they've got 21. It's a major difference. And from the guys we talked to who had transferred, they said, I feel a part of this original class. It was so welcoming.
Russo back to pass. Completes it for the first down. His receiver hangs onto it. Blue with the catch. And we had a chance to get a great selfie story on the transfers from Hayden Howard in a little bit earlier. We'll hear about that in just a second. With 13.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. After the 11-yard pickup, Russo firing a dart complete. Blue all the way down to the 1-yard line. First and goal, a touchdown-saving tackle made by Denbo, but a 36-yard gain.
Well, it's taken a while, but Jaden Blue coming alive here on this drive. He's got speed, excellent route runner. A couple of big-time plays here late.
Russo keeps it and scores it. Touchdown, Owls.
Touchdown, Temple.
They come back with fury on that drive and get back to within 11 points. Boy, Gerald Ford Stadium is deafeningly silent after that impressive series of plays engineered by quarterback Anthony Russo. That's his first rushing touchdown of the year as well. Took out his do-it-yourself kid at the end. Both these teams accustomed to playing in close competitive games this year. With his dad's 40-year-old t-shirt underneath his jersey. Running with that family pride. Owls clawing back. You know, Temple is 5-1 for a reason. They are truly Temple tough. They've been tested several times this year. And after that disappointment against Buffalo, which proved to be an early tipping point in their season, they've responded in a very positive way. Right now back in this ball game on the road against a ranked opponent.
Russo with a couple of big-time throws and then a little zone read action. Defensive end came in a little too much. He called his own number. Big body, gets into the end zone. Been a tale of two halves for this Temple passing game, and 5 drops, I believe, in the first half for Temple pass catchers, and a much better job taking care of the football when the opportunity presents itself. And there's head coach Rod Carey. See if his defense can come up with a much-needed stop, get their offense the ball back, make this thing interesting here in the fourth.
Temple tough. That sign a moment ago said, pressure makes diamonds, and diamonds shine forever. And that's a Temple tough play right there. Great tackle in the backfield. Sean Bradley.
No, that was a keep. That was a keep by Shane Buechele. He faked you out. That's how good that was. Little zone read. 17
up.
17 Levine was up the field, tackling the running back, and Shane Buechele made a good read and kept the football.
Great ball handling there. And missed tackle on the play by Mobley's. Jones brought down. And quickly it's going to be 3rd down.
Coming off the edge fiercely here these last couple of plays. Levine on one. Graham Mobley on the other.
It's like Kelly coming off the field for Temple. Favoring that right leg. 3rd and short.
Be surprised if this isn't to Xavier Jones.
That's who gets it. And he gets the first down. Back to Kevin in the studio. Good cover. All right, Kevin Buechele slings it on the post. Cut. Robertson, rerun, remix, touchdown.
His speed was on display on the opening drive, and it's still here in the second half. Play action, little boot, roll to the right, and just let the speed of Reggie Robertson do the rest as he runs away from the cornerback, Harrison Hand.
That's his third touchdown of the day.
He can roll, man. Golly, he's got speed. Speed kills, and it's been on display here today for Reggie Robertson.
I'll go ahead and say probably the fastest guy on the field.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Shane Buechele with another touchdown delivery. Robertson with touchdowns at 33, 75, and 60. And maybe the meter's still running. SMU. A record-setting day for quarterback Shane Buechele and his receiver Reggie Robertson. Look at those impressive numbers, 250 yards receiving. And he's not done.
Chunk plays, big shots down the field, and it hasn't really been blown coverage. It's just been Reggie Robertson blowing by the corners of this Temple Owl defense.
I tell you, Fran outkicked his coverage on Meg, too. I just want to let you know.
Didn't we all?
On the kick return, it's Wright, who's had a tough day. He's had 2 drops, a fumble. Runs this out of bounds at the 35. Russo, incomplete, intended for Jaden Blue.
A little miscommunication there by quarterback and wide receiver.
I'm a little disappointed in you.
Yeah?
Like you wouldn't you wouldn't go get in someone's face. A confrontation can be good.
I said I would.
Okay.
I mean, I would.
Okay.
I was a nose tackle.
Okay.
I mean, I got a lot of people's face. Okay. I don't have to worry about,
okay,
messing with the confidence and the chemistry of my wide receivers, though.
Yeah. I mean, you never struck me as the type of guy to be worried about hurt feelings.
How often
this is Davis.
How often do you see a quarterback over there screaming and yelling at his wide receivers on the sideline?
3rd down and 5. Obviously looking at 4-down territory. Russo. Blue got in behind his defender, and another drop. So maybe it's time that Russo actually have that talk. Just as we were alluding to that dynamic, another drop, the 7th one by our count today.
Slot wheel route, working out of the slot, just rolls past the coverage, perfect pass, and it's a drop. That's a touchdown if he catches that football. And he drops it. All right, you're right. Yell and scream at him. I've seen enough.
I would think that part of finding his leadership voice is evolving to the point where you can tell your receivers, hey, let's go here. Russo completes it, and that's going to be short of the 1st down. Gardner with the catch and nowhere to go. So SMU takes over on downs with 9:41 to go. And the task got a little bit tougher for Mack, one of Russo's receivers, and the rest of the Owls.
Been the story of the day, hadn't it?
Yeah.
Opening drive, Isaiah Wright has 2 drops. I mean, Anthony Russo, it has not been on him today.
This has been the view and the result too often for Anthony Russo and Temple today. And what an afternoon for Shane Buechele, approaching a career high for passing yardage. Hands it off to Xavier Jones, and Jones tackled at about the 49. And what a day for Buechele.
It's all been on display. The deep ball has been silky smooth. Robertson has got some crazy speed that's been on display. Intermediate throws have been there as well. Crochet getting involved quite a bit. Career high today, 452 and 5 touchdowns for Shane Buechele.
Yeah, what about the quarterbacks? And I alluded to it earlier. The quarterbacks who have transferred and have fit in seamlessly with their new teams. Jones still on the loose inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 again, and a nice balanced attack. Jones has had a very prolific day running the football as well. He's gone over 100 yards rushing. And that's a monument to the day that was for Temple. The frustration in the stands and on the sidelines.
Coach consoling him.
Yep.
You would have killed that man.
Well, find a unique way to motivate him.
Bruce over there. Got to be frustrating for him. He's actually played pretty well, but the stat sheet doesn't show it.
Buechele into the end zone. Incomplete. Prochet couldn't get it. Well, you see the difference in plays.
94th play of the game for SMU. We've seen some high-powered, high-octane offenses, but nobody got off this many plays this year damn weekend.
Buechele tried to hit the defender with a little two-piece there and only had one piece, but there's a flag on the field.
Looks like it might be on Sam Franklin. He's putting his hands up.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 4. Penalty been forced half the distance to the goal, automatic, 1st down.
And it's a bad penalty, too. I just caught it on the replay. Kind of pushing and shoving with the wide receiver, Tyler Page, and then really just takes a cheap shot well after the play is over. That's just frustration.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion, a lot on the line here in this game today, and hasn't gone Temple's way.
8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. On 1st and goal, Buechele into the end zone, incomplete, intended for Granson. Clock stops with 7:27 to go. 2nd and goal. Best start since 1982 for the Mustangs. Little trips left formation. Jones with the catch the other way, and waltzes in for the touchdown.
That's a well-designed play. Just a little boot action, screen pass, the right tackle. Bo Morris gets out in front, gets just enough of Bradley, and Jones walks into the end zone for his 2nd of the day. Really well designed and nice play.
Jones' 2nd touchdown catch of the season. The extra point good. And the Mustangs right around their average at 44.2 points per game with 7:21 to go. And the 6th touchdown pass of this game for Buechele.
I think the biggest thing is what Sonny Dykes told us yesterday, is that the guys that have been there, like Hayden, like some of your other veteran guys, Xavier Jones, that they are the ones that were accepting and buying in to those transfers. When you have a good base, when you have a good foundation of seniors that are inviting and allowing those guys to come in and fill voids, then I think it works. If you don't, if you've got guys that have been there, they're going to get upset and feel like these new guys are coming in to take my job, it can be problematic. But Sonny Dykes has done a great job explaining to these guys what they want to do, and guys like Hayden Howerton have done an outstanding job of embracing and accepting all these transfers. That's what's so amazing about how it has meshed and how it has worked in such a short amount of time. These players, these seniors, deserve a ton of credit that have been there, that have laid the foundation, and now have allowed these new guys to come in and help take this program to another level.
Amen. And, as we see the coaches still coaching on the sidelines with respect to transfers, they are, like many schools are, very vigilant in terms of keeping an eye on the transfer portal, because when you're getting this kind of success from it, you don't want to miss the next guy that may come along and be the guy to get you perhaps over the top. Davis on the reception and the run.
Well, it's funny. Football's changed so much just since I played, in the early 2000s. You've now got nutritionists, you've got social media people, and now you've got portal monitors. I mean, they've got a guy, Jeff Jordan, who's basically their player personnel guy, former Garland High School head coach, also a 28-year scout for the Dallas Cowboys. And that's his job, to check the transfer portal 2 to 3 times a day.
Wow.
And it's paid huge dividends for this program.
Russo on the quick out, off the hands of his receiver, Brandon Mack, incomplete. And 4th down coming up. Well, there's so much talk about the number of transfers in college football. Rather than fight the trend, we see Coach Dykes and his staff embracing it and being successful as a result of it right now.
Well, it's a part of college football.
Yep.
And listen, and Coach Dykes will be the first to tell you, okay? The foundation still has to be on recruiting, on getting guys in, growing them, developing them, and that being the base and the bedrock of your program. But as Olivia pointed out earlier, you can fill in some holes, fill in some pieces, and acquire other talent that maybe wants to come home, that maybe wants to get back closer to their roots and where they're from, that can really help you and put you over the top. So
here's a look at SMU's schedule moving forward, one in which Coach Dykes told his team and us they feel they can win every one the rest of the way.
Short week. It won't be easy against Houston.
At Memphis.
Memphis going to be tough.
Yep.
East Carolina at Navy. Tulane's a really good team. I'm telling you,
They're
this is a good league. Having a great season. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a lot of work left to be done for this SMU football team, but about to move to 7-0 and a start that I don't think many people around college football saw in the cards for Sonny Dykes in just year number 2 here at SMU.
Another running play, McDaniel. Part of being able to spend time with Coach Sonny Dykes, and I've been doing this for 29 years at ESPN, had a Texas Tech game when his dad, Spike, was the head coach there. And I'll never forget Coach Dykes telling me the story about driving across the state of Texas from East Texas all the way to West Texas, which is forever, Dusty, when you're in the car, right?
Sure.
And doing it on about 1/8 of a tank of gas. And when the gas tank got really low, he was driving a hoopty, he said, a real smoker. And he would jar the car from left to right really sharply so the gas would all go in one direction.
Come on, man.
And through the carburetor.
Wow.
The stuff of legend.
That's awesome. He is a legend at Texas Tech, Coach Mike Dykes. And he's still throwing the football. That Mike Leach air raid still in there somewhere.
Can't get it out.
Hey, but, real quick, just last thought I have on Coach Sonny Dykes. We talked so much today about these transfers and a lot of these guys wanting to get back home. He wanted to get back home, too.
Yes.
And being back in the state of Texas means a lot to that man and his family. Being able to back to his roots. He's been all over. He was at, Louisiana Tech. He went out to California. He was at Arizona. But now he got to come back home. He took a year after the Cal job at TCU as an analyst, and then he got this opportunity, and he wanted to get back in the state of Texas and coach football. And so I think as much as his players get excited and can't wait to get back closer to home, same goes for the head coach, Sonny Dykes.
Yeah, at Berkeley, he had Jared Goff as his quarterback, and it's interesting that he actually lives on campus or within a mile of campus, which, according to NCAA rules, you're allowed to have players over to your place on visits as much as you want, basically.
Said high school players come over as many as 15 times.
Yeah.
Know his dog's name, know his family's name. A great recruiting tool for Sonny Dykes here on campus.
Let's check in with Kevin in the studio. Yeah, things really taking shape in this conference, Kevin.
There's a lot left to be played for, though. I mean, as great as SMU looks right now, and they look like the toast of the American, a lot of football left to be played. I think this league is very much up for grabs. Obviously, SMU's put themselves in a great opportunity, but a lot of football left, and a lot of these teams at the top are going to square off and play head-to-head.
Dusty, a win here today for the Mustangs. They improved to 7-0. Last year, only 5 wins. They've already surpassed their win total of a season ago. And Shane Buechele was on his game this afternoon. 6 touchdowns. And still rolling.
And this is what's great about the transfer rule, right? A guy that had a great start to his career at Texas, kind of lost his way. Sam Ehlinger came in and took advantage of it. And now he found a new home, back closer to where he's from in Arlington. And he's having unbelievable success getting to lead this football team. He needed them, and they needed him. Isn't that what this whole thing, college football, is all about?
Yeah. Green in at quarterback. Doing a decent job running the football. Keeps it again. He may mess around and score a touchdown out of bounds at the 6-yard line with 15 seconds to go. And Channel 3 did his part today. Prochet.
A little surprised that still got pedal to the metal, trying to score here. The game is well out of reach.
Green hands it off on the last play of the game. Our final score, 45-21. SMU improves to 7-0. Stay tuned for Tulane and Memphis, another American Conference game on ESPN2. For Olivia, Dusty, and our entire gang, I'm Mark Jones. So long from the Hilltop in Dallas.